Hello everyone. As you can tell from the title of the video, we're gonna be doing a review on the Iron Claw, and holy hell, what a great movie, man! What a great movie. I left the theater. I watched the film about maybe an hour and a half ago now. Kind of went to the restaurant, I hung out a bit, and I guess I was gonna do it immediately after, but I just couldn't because I left the theater just so heartbroken, but also like hopeful, which I love that about this film. But so the film is about the Von Erichs, which by the way, I'm wearing a wrestling shirt, which I didn't even realize until afterwards. So obviously I'm a wrestling fan, which is beautiful because I love films about wrestling. I wish there was more. The only ones that I can really think of have been this one and like The Wrestler they did in '08 back with Mickey Rourke, which is a great film. You should watch that, by the way. So like I feel like also there's a lot of kind of a side thing here, but I feel like that's a lot of untapped potential they could do. There's just so many characters and just people and events and things they could have done, even back to like the 60s and stuff that you can do with that. But regardless, it's very much an untapped sort of area. But regardless, this is about the Von Erich family, which is a real life family where they believe that they have a curse, which if you kind of watch the film and you kind of look at the real life scenario, you're like, wow, you start to believe it. So I was very excited about this because I knew about the Von Erichs even before this was announced as a film that they were making. And then when it was announced that A24 was actually making it or producing it or distributing it, whatever it may be, I don't know all terminology quite yet. But yeah, I was very, 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 very excited. And I went into the film expecting to be kind of, I feel like it could have went a lot of ways. But because of, first and foremost, Zac Efron was the lead role, which first of all, let me say, I was very surprised by his role. He did amazing, fantastic. But I was just kind of surprised because I'd only ever seen him in one other dramatic role that he did where he was like Jeffrey Dahmer, which is okay. And that's kind of all I've seen from him. I know he did a couple other movie films that I haven't really seen. So I feel like that's also kind of a thing that's kind of a detriment to the film where people are not really expecting much from him because they really only know him from fucking like High School Musical and like Baywatch or whatever. But he knocked it out of the park and he was the MVP of the film. For me, he fucking was the main character and he did a beautiful, beautiful job. Just, he made me feel, man, and it was great. What a great performance by him and all the cast did amazing. Did absolutely knocked it out of the park. To David Von Erich, to Carrie, Jeremy Allen White, to the father, Fritz, to the mother. She had this one scene where I almost bursted out in tears. I didn't quite into the last couple scenes, but she made me feel as well. And just such a devastating, but also, like I said, kind of at the beginning, a very devastating film, but very hopeful, very optimistic. And so it shows. So one of the major themes of the film is family/brotherhood. And I feel like it did it beautifully because the film showed the very high highs of family and brotherhood, the good things, the beautiful parts of it, and it showed the low lows, the bad things almost, and sort of the extreme side of that, of the family dynamic. And it did it in such a beautiful way, phenomenal way actually, and so both ways, phenomenal, beautiful. And it sort of made me think of all kinds of different like themes that they were trying to throw out in the film. It really made me think even to my own personal life about like just I hate to use this term, but I feel like it kind of is the only way you can really describe it. It's toxic masculinity, where like there's parts in the film where the father, Fritz Von Erich, literally says like, you're not supposed to cry, you're supposed to be strong, you're supposed to be whatever. And that sort of, I feel like, was kind of very near and dear to like me because I have a lot of instances in my life where there's been a lot of characters and men and masculine figures in my life that kind of say the same sentiments. And that's not a good thing necessarily. Like, and one of the themes is like what it is to be a man and what it takes. And it was done in such a beautifully told way. And I feel like they did a great job of showing the bad parts of the father about that, and also some of the more lighthearted, better parts of that. They didn't make him to be necessarily a villain. And so I think another thing that was beautiful about it was it showed the more psychological parts of wrestling, how unfair it can be, how physically demanding it can be, and that definitely leads to more mental turmoil within family dynamics and just your own mental health. And mental health is a big part of a theme of the film as well. And it did all of these things and it mashed it together, and even more than what I'm even saying in this review. And it mashed it into this one beautiful package. That was just amazing, and I loved it, and it was a great watch. And I will tell you, if you have any sort of I guess detriments to you maybe not going to go watch the film because of you think Zac Efron is in it, he's amazing, knocked it out of the park. He's a fantastic actor, and I hope to see him in even more dramatic roles. And I think he'll lead and he'll continue forward, and he's great. B, if you're not into wrestling, you do not need to be a wrestling fan at all to enjoy this film, or any of the wrestling films that I think that have come out that have been decent. There needs to be more. I'm probably gonna write one now, but regardless, beautiful film. And if you don't have to be a wrestling fan. The story itself is just so good. Just give it a watch. It is so damn good. And my review, my review, I'd give it a 9.25 out of 10. Definitely top 3 of the year. I don't think it's his recency bias. I really do love this film. I think it's such a well written, well shot film, well acted, and yeah, just what a great film. Give it a watch. Whatever you guys think about it, put it in the comments. I loved it. Like I said, top 3 of this year so far. I say so far like it's not the 29th, like we don't have like what fucking 3 days left. Jesus Christ, where does time go? But yeah, watch the film, give it your own review. I loved it, and I highly recommend it. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I'm gonna go watch Poor Things now with Emma Stone. I'm looking very forward to that. Probably gonna be in the exact same spot because I'm literally right next to the theater, and I watched it earlier, and I'm in the same whatever. Look forward to that review. Goodbye, and have a good night, good morning, whatever.